I want them to be comfortable, and I never assume that they're going to hire me. So a lot of times they will call me and they're going to, they're getting that approval process started.
Mm-hmm.
And we sit down with them and have our meeting. And I never assume that I am already their agent. Yeah. So I'll put it out there and I'll say, if you decide to hire us, we're going to have these representation documents, and we go over all of that. And so typically at that point, I know if they're all in or they're not. Because I've had some clients or not clients, but I've had some people that come in.
It's commitment.
Yeah. And you'll know right away if they're going to be committed or not.
That's so great that you do that. I think the one thing
really important.
Yeah, we talk about that. And I think it's a missing piece so much as to how do we get commitment without forcing it upon some, like it needs to be their decision, but we also need their commitment. And for you to say, hey, if you choose to hire us, opens the door for them to say yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
And when they say yes, then they bought in, right? They're committed. And okay, great. Now you've got access to all of this.
Right.
We have an entire system that's going to help you buy a home. Mm-hmm. And you just need to sit down, buckle up, because we're going to start driving.
A lot of times that conversation over the phone is just not enough.
Right.
Because they've already talked to several lenders, or they haven't talked to anybody, but they've talked to several agents, and one person said one thing, the other said the other. So it's always that. I feel like there's a trust issue at some point when they're calling, because they have heard other things from other people. Mm-hmm. So when we actually sit down face to face, they've already got an approval. We're looking at numbers. We're talking about what they're looking for in a home. I feel like that makes that connection.
Yeah.
And that's when I ask that question.
Great. So I love that, because I get to kind of see a little bit of a picture of like what the client is going to get. I'd love to hear, a little bit about like your personal goals and like team goals for, kind of this new season for you guys. I know you recently made the transition. What are some of y'all's goals for 2023 or maybe the next 5 years? What do you guys kind of see down the line?
Well, really, the main goal for this year was to try to hit 1 million GCI.
Okay.
We've been working on that for the last 3 or 4 years, and we've come very close, but we haven't gotten there yet. So
this will be
that for sure. Yes, this year. I don't think we're focused so much on how many closings we're going to have as we have been in the years prior.
Okay.
Now it's more like we'd like to elevate sales price.
Nice.
Okay. How do we do that? Right. So that was one of the goals that we set, is we want to close less deals and make more money.
Mm-hmm.
And, we were at our office. We weren't thinking about moving. It wasn't in our idea for this year to make a move to a different company. Mm-hmm. But I got a call, and the call it just clicked.
Good.
I said, we're trying to move up in price point. This is a boutique brokerage.
Yeah.
They really focus on certain types of, luxury listings, and it's going to open more. I feel like it's going to open more doors for us towards what we want to do.
Yeah.
And
I love it.
The day I got the call, I was very excited. Within the week, we were signing paperwork.
Wow,
so
you move quick.
Wow.
Usually that's a long gestation period.
It is.
Right?
It is. But I guess deep down inside, I was ready for a change, and I didn't realize it.
Okay.
So.
And they kind of unlocked something in you when they called, you said you were ready for a change.
Yeah.
Ready to kind of move up in that tier of like price range. It's kind of like an invitation to like,
to consider something else.
To bet on yourself, and you guys are ready to do it. That's really cool.
We're excited about it. And I told my husband, when you have an owner of a company of that magnitude, call. And she called like 3 times. Okay. It wasn't just like, a lot of times people want to recruit you, and we get those calls all the time, but it's a text.
Yep.
Or an email.
Understand.
I'm like, whatever. But she took the time to call and really focus on what we were trying to do for the year and how, they could help us. And that was important to me. That felt good.
Yeah.